this is different. This is a different experience for me. I'm thirsty now. I've been out all day. Excuse me. I just got home literally. Okay. So originally, I wanted to make a video about my hair, you know, hair journey, you know, get on that wave. And I'll get to it. But something happened to me today that was much more important than that. I've had a breakthrough. And if you came here because of the title, you want to know how I got to that point as well. This little baby right here was probably the best. 16 bucks. Actually, it was on sale. It was like 20% off because Target's books are always on sale. Get your books from Target, you know? They usually have a bunch of them on sale. Usually 20% off. Anyway. Probably the best money that I've ever spent, to be quite honest with you. And I guess, you know, I didn't think this through. I just turned on the camera and I just started talking. I feel like books like that, you need them. Actually, I don't even know if I read the title. I don't even know if y'all can see the title. It's called You Are a Badass. How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life by Jen Sincero? I don't know. I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to say her last name. So I'm sorry if I butchered it. But it's like medicine for your mind. You know, I've been chaotic and cluttered lately. Like, I just haven't been in a good space mentally, you know? Like, I've just been like all over the place, you know? Very upset, very angry, depressed, you know? And everything that I try, you know, to get out of that hole never necessarily works out the way that I want it to. It works for like a little bit, and then soon after it's like, all right, we're back to square one, you know, which isn't cool. And I just feel like I had to make this video today, because you're probably even wondering why I'm making a video like this in the first place, because this is supposed to be a cover channel. Yes, I know. Wait. Am I still recording? Oh, this is supposed to be, okay. This is supposed to be a cover channel. And I mean, it still will be. I still love to sing, you know. Don't think that I've stopped or I don't want to anymore. I do. I definitely do. I've just been trying to take it to a whole nother level, like a whole different level than what I'm doing right now. And it's just been a teeny tiny bit discouraging, wanting to make videos. My dog just kind of snuck in. I've just been very scared of how this would turn out, you know, if this would even be good enough for people to watch. You know, I get more views on my covers, even though that may not seem like a lot of views to you. It is to me, because I've gotten like, I think the most I've gotten is like maybe like 300 and something views, you know. But at this point, you know, whoever comes to my channel is welcome. I don't really care. There's gonna be a multitude of stuff, but I really wanted to talk about the route to happiness, I guess I should say. And I feel like I had friends who were in the right, they were coming from the right place, you know, a good state of mind, trying to be helpful, trying to give me advice, but it just wasn't clicking, you know, it wasn't clicking with me. Like, you know, I'd listen to what they say and I'd be like, okay, that's cute and all, but how is this helping me? Like, I'm still upset. These things have still happened to me. There's still things happening to me. Like, why? Like, you're telling me to, you know, be positive and, you know, things will work out, but it's not working, you know, it hasn't been working. And this book, I don't know if you guys can see my desk, I don't remember how, but this book is great. I mean, I'm still reading it, obviously. I didn't finish it. It's a self-help book, obviously. I know what you're thinking, you know? Self-help, you know? Like those corny little inspirational, motivational books, you know, that are all really cheesy and sappy. And I honestly thought that this is what this was gonna be. Which was why when I first saw it, I didn't necessarily buy it. I bought it. When did I buy it? I bought it very recently. I believe it was last weekend because today's Monday. I've been struggling with like mental health and positivity for quite some time now. I'd say maybe since I was like, I want to say 15. I want to say that's when things really, because I feel like I used to be a pretty positive and hopeful person, like, you know, things will work out, and but, you know, at 15, you know, life finally crushed me, you know, and it was probably had to do with like hormones in high school and everything, but, you know, that was when it finally got me, you know, like, ooh, depression. Since then, you know, it's been like a up and down kind of thing. I've probably had like, I want to say like, I mean, I do have depressive episodes where I'm just like, bleh, I don't want to do anything, you know, I don't want to go anywhere. Bleh. But there was a particular point in my life, around when I was like 16, I want to say, in which it was just really bad. Just months of me literally just laying in bed, watching anime and YouTube, and barely showering, barely eating. My mom would have to force me to eat so that I would eat, you know. I just would stay up all night, sleep all day. Yeah, it was not fun. I find that, you know, I've had people in my life, you know, try to tell me, you know, you just gotta bring yourself out of it, and it's kind of that simple, but not really, if that makes any sense. And this book has like really opened my eyes to that. Like, I feel like I finally, like, I know I don't sound excited, it's because I'm very tired. I was really pumped to make this video, and then I came home and I was just like, damn, I'm really tired, but I still wanted to make it, so that's why I'm all like mellow right now. And I promise you, I'll be more like blah, 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 in other videos. I also don't want this to be too long, you know, I still have to edit it, and it's all over the place. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, okay, so the first time that I saw this book, I would like to say it was maybe like a year ago, in like June or July. I saw it with one of her other books. It's green, and it's about like how to make money, you know, something like that. It's green and it's by her, same font and everything, like same kind of style, but just different type of help. Allergies? That's why my voice sounds weird. But I feel like I keep going towards the camera. I'm sorry. I feel like you're here with me. And you know, I kind of laughed at it, like, oh, haha. Flipped through it. The titles didn't make sense. I mean, like, the titles to the chapters didn't make sense to me. I was just like, oh, it's one of those like cheesy, easy, like self-help books. You know, I was never the type to believe in self-help books. I figured, you know, you work on yourself. I felt like the only way you could really work on yourself is, you know, like to really get out there and go to therapy, you know. And I did attempt to try to get a therapist, but it became very discouraging, and eventually I was just kind of like, whatever, like, I don't have the time, you know, I'm trying to do other things than sit with a stranger and talk about my feelings. I could fix this by myself, but obviously I haven't. If you've seen, you know, how often I upload, you know, before I was consistently, when I first started when I first started this channel, I was uploading like every week. Yeah, like once a week. Like I said, sometimes more than once a week. You know, like I was just like popping out videos like that, and eventually the inspiration just kind of like died out, you know? I felt like I was getting boring. I didn't know what to post anymore, like cover wise. I wanted to make it more creative. It was very, very discouraging. Now this all will make sense. I know it sounds like I'm talking everywhere, but you need to hear this part in order for everything, you know, how I got this book and everything to make sense. Harley, if you growl during my video, I will literally lock you out my room. I swear. Because he hears somebody coming through the door and he's getting all like, Harley, if you're not, you need to shut up. If you're not going to respect my space. He's staring at me. So, damn it, what was it? See, this is why I don't want distractions. Like I said, this will all make sense. You know, I just didn't know what to post anymore. I was just not, I was doubting myself. I was just like, can I really sing? You know, like, is it good enough? Which I can. I've come to terms with knowing that I know how to sing, that I can sing good enough. I can sing well. But it was more of a, it's just hard without a mic, you know, for y'all to really hear how I genuinely sound. Because like the way that I sound in person, like the way that I hear myself in person as opposed to hearing it in a video that I post, it just makes me cringe. And the way that I go about it is like, you know, I pick what sounds the least cringy to me, edit it, and then post it, and then I never want to listen to it ever again. I don't watch the videos myself. I can't have people watch my videos in front of me. Like, I just can't hear myself sing, you know. But I'm getting over that little by little. You gotta ease into it. But that self-doubt and then other like outside factors in my life contributed to me just like, you know what, like why am I posting? You know, like who's gonna watch? Who's gonna care? But then, you know, I'd get in my moods where I'd feel motivated and be like, oh, I'm gonna post a cover. I'm gonna film a bunch of different covers, and you know, whichever ones come out better than the others, then we'll do that. I always said that, okay, once I start again, I gotta keep going, which I actually will this time. I know y'all don't believe me. I know nobody believes me, but I have to say it for it to actually happen, so it is gonna happen. Just like I said last night that I'd be posting a video this week, and that is gonna happen. Is it gonna come out today? I don't know. But it will come out this week. And then, you know, like with my wacky little adventures of being out in the world and whatnot, you know, the more that I was around it, the more that I would skim through it and look at it and be like, well maybe, you know, this is not that bad. And recently, right before I bought it, I think I was out with friends and we were at Urban Outfitters, and it was just like boom, right there on the table, right now. You know, I personally think this was fate, you know, but at the same time, good marketing. Big bright yellow book about happiness. Happy is like, you know, like people think of yellow as a happy color. Big, you know, inviting silly letters. The title, you know, like she curses a lot in this book, you know. I figured there was just a lot of marketing involved with why I felt attracted to it, but at the same time it felt kind of like a fate thing, you know. And I finally caved and I bought it, especially because it was on sale. I think not at Urban Outfitters. When I went to Target, I saw it again. Like it was just like right there, like as I was passing by, and I was just like, I want it, so I got it. And it definitely just kind of like it blew my mind. I think I'm on like, I forgot what chapter I'm on. I think I'm in part 2 of the book now. And there's like different chapters within each part. Yeah, I'm in part 2, chapter 7. I'm in chapter 7. And there's 27 chapters. And then there's also an introduction, which doesn't count as a chapter, but yeah, so there's 5 parts, 27 chapters. I'm only in part 2, chapters, I think I said chapter 7. I don't remember what I was in. I just feel like this time it finally clicked in my head that my happiness, like I'm in control of my own happiness. And I'm not just solely, you know, like saying that it was the book. I just feel like it was just I learned it at the right time that I was supposed to learn it. You know, like I had people telling me the same things, but just in a different way, and it didn't quite click in my head. You know, I didn't quite understand it. You know, my brain couldn't process it because people learn differently. Some people learn better in group environments. Some people learn better by themselves in private. Some people learn better with just like a one-on-one kind of thing with another person. You know, like people learn in different ways, and it just so happens that the people that I know were learning already or learned already, you know, the things that I'm currently learning now from this book, and just like things that happen in my life that I just couldn't quite get yet. I just couldn't quite get yet until I was finally able to learn it for myself and see it for myself and actually realize that, hey, this is a real thing. And what I really like about this book is that she explains everything in layman's terms, you know, like, I think that's how you say layman's terms. Like, you know, very simplistic, you know, so it's not too, like, overwhelming and hard for you to understand. I mean, yeah, she uses big words and stuff like that, but, you know, they're not, like, I don't know, they're not hard words. I don't know, I mean, like, they're hard, but they're not hard. So, you know, I just felt like it finally clicked in my head, like, hey, this is actually gonna work. Like, I felt like it was literally a sign from God that, like, you're on the right path and things are gonna work out. You know, you just gotta, you have to think it for it to be it. And I know that sounds cliche. I know people probably told you that before, but that's why I feel like, you know, everybody should read this, because I feel like they'll get it, you know. I feel like they'll understand what I'm trying to say right now, which is why I keep flashing the book around and talking about it and grabbing it and throwing it around and stuff. It's definitely easier to understand when you read it. I also don't want to, you know, read the whole book to you, you know, that's gonna make this video, you know, 1,000 times longer. But I just feel like it's a good start, you know. I'm definitely in a good place to start this. Like, ironically enough, today, well, yesterday, I was a mess, you know, like, mentally, yeah, I was just a mess. I was just like, you know, my mind was just not there. It was just a bad mental day. So I was like, you know what? You're starting school tomorrow. Why don't you clean your room? Maybe that'll make you feel better. So I cleaned my room. And, you know, so I woke up today. And I felt good. Normally I wake up like really swollen because of my allergies, you know. And I barely woke up swollen. I woke up feeling good, like both mentally and physically. Yeah, I was a little tired because I was like waking up on and off, hoping that I didn't miss my alarm so I wasn't late to my first class. But like, I woke up actually feeling good, you know. I didn't feel sad or upset. I just felt cool. I was cool. I was chilling. And you know, the day goes on. Things are good. I popped this bad boy open for the first time because I'm thinking, well, damn, I probably need this now more than ever, you know, so I might as well start it. You know, I read it on the train. I read it while I was waiting for my class to start. I read it on the way home. I can't stop. It's like an addiction. I can't stop. It's so good. Like, everything is so easy. It makes sense. But let me get back to what I was saying. So, you know, I popped the book open. I read it on the train. You know, I got to class kind of early, so I was able to eat something before class started. And as I'm like eating, I wanted to check my phone, check the time, you know, so I'm not late. And I see an email from a job wanting to interview me. And I was ecstatic because I've been looking for a job for quite some time now. I've been just slightly discouraged because, you know, nobody was, literally the only response that I've gotten besides the one that I'm talking about right now that wants to interview me was from H&M. literally the day after I applied, they were like, nah, sorry, we don't need you, we don't want you. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. And I was just like, I don't care, I got an interview. You know. So I was just like, wow, like this is such a, you know, like I've been, you know, like so upset and just like, you know, nothing's working out, you know, like my friends are distant and you know, like nobody wants to hire me, like what am I, like I'm trying everything and everything's not working. And that's what she says in this book, like, you know, like you can try everything that you personally know how to do and it still doesn't work. So that usually means that you need to find a new way to go about doing something, you know. Be open-minded, as she says. She says that a lot throughout the book, you know, like stay open-minded, be open-minded. I'm not gonna go into detail about the book itself, like the contents of it, because I feel like you should experience that for yourself, you know, like it's just a more personal kind of thing. Instead of having me sitting here talking at you like it's a TED Talk, talking about let's open to page 55, and like we don't do that around here. So, and that was just like the first good thing that happened today, and I was just so happy, and my mood has been so positive today. This is why I'm even making this video right now. I literally genuinely feel like I had a mental breakthrough of how to go about my life from now on in a more positive way, and in a more genuine positive way, and not just saying I'm gonna be positive and then I'm not really positive, or I'm positive for like a day and then it just like, no, like genuine positivity. I feel like this book actually got through to me when my friends could not, you know. And I was just so happy. I wanted to tell everybody, you know. I was trying to call everybody today, which like only 2 people answered, but whatever. I just wanted to share the feeling, the knowledge, because everybody should be happy. Everybody deserves to be happy. So it's like everybody should read this book. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, if you're really genuinely, like, you're stuck, you're in a rut, you feel like you've personally tried everything and nothing's working, I feel like this book is gonna be a great start for you, because here I am, day 1. Can't take my eyes off the book, you know. I'm tired, but I'm happy, you know. I'm content. I feel like I'm owning up to everything, you know, that like I personally feel, because I'm in control of me and how I feel. I can't control how everybody else is, but I can control me, and that makes me feel good. That makes me yeah, this is also why, like, I just feel good, and I just want other people to feel good is basically what I'm trying to say. So get you this book, alright? On the back of the book, like I said, it's it says it's 16, but it says it's 1850 in Canada, and in the UK it says it's 10.90. It's cheap in the UK. 10.99 in the UK. It's just like, it's a great book, and like honestly, like I feel like I never want it to end. You know, I feel like when I'm done with it, I'm still gonna go back to it a bunch of times when I feel like I'm stuck in a rut, or you know, I'm struggling with something, because it puts things into perspective. That's a perfect way of saying it. I should have said that earlier. It puts things into perspective, and it makes you really think, you know, about the person that you could be and the potential that you have inside of you. Like it literally feels like medicine for my mind, like no lie. Like it genuinely feels like medicine for my mind. Like it's crazy. But while we're here and while we're on this topic of being happy and whatnot, this book, I know it looks all broken and old, and because it is broken and old, and there's a newer make of the book, of like the cover and whatnot. It doesn't look like this anymore. I'll put a picture up somewhere on the video, like somewhere on the screen. It's called The Art of Loving by Eric Fromm. I think it's Fromm. You know, I'm gonna say Fromm. You know, Fromm sounds better to me. I'm gonna say it, leave me alone. And it's the world famous psychoanalysis daring prescription for love. Now, I know what you're thinking. Like, love. We're supposed to be worrying about ourselves and self-love, but this was, I feel like I read this during a good time in my life, but I feel like it didn't stick with me because I wasn't ready to accept it fully. I wasn't as open-minded as I am now. But my damn camera shut off on me. I heard it too. I'm trifling. So basically, it talks about art as love. Sorry, art as a love as an art, and the way that he goes into it, it's not just about love. It goes into different things and how love is associated with those things. You know, like thinking about love as like an actual something that you have to practice, as opposed to it just being like a feeling. You know, it's not a feeling. I mean, it's more complex. You know, like this book, it definitely explains that, but it talks about the theory of love, and then it breaks it down into subcategories. I'm not gonna read them all because it's long, but there's like, they talk about brotherly love, motherly love, erotic love. Like when they say brotherly love, they don't mean your little brother. They mean like, you know, like in the Bible, you know, love thy brother, love thy neighbor like thy brother, or something like that. You know, I wouldn't say this is a self-help book. I feel like this is more of like an opinion-based kind of thing, because he does have like research in there. It's kind of like an essay, just like a really long opinion essay, I guess you could say. So I feel like these two books combined together, you're gonna feel good. I shared this with a friend. He loved it. I'm attempting to give this to another friend because she's interested in it. You know, like, I just want to pass on the love and the knowledge, you know. I just want everybody to feel good, which is why I'm taking the time to make a video like this. You know, are all my videos gonna be this deep? No, because I'm not. I mean, like, I'm a deep person, but like it takes a while for me to get that deep. You gotta catch me at like 3 a.m. for me to be deeper, you know. I guess this is it for today. I hope this video, you know, did something for you, you know, gave you that push to get off your butt and actually, like, you know, like, be happy, because it's definitely possible. And thank you for watching this video, because I know it's long. I'm gonna try to make it as short as I possibly can, but everything that I said needed to be said. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.